So, to start things off, if you've been paying attention to the channel and you saw the last mail day, I'll be starting off with the most recent acquisition for the collection, which is this first ad, LOB Curse of Dragon. Um, in terms of collecting, right, as a kid, I definitely remember having a Curse of Dragon. I'm also working on like a Gaia page. So it has like Gaia the Dragon Champion, and a few iterations of Gaia the Dragon Champion. I'd like to also get a Gaia the Fierce Knight to go on that page, and I ultimately plan to add this to that page. And then just the interaction with the seller was pretty cool, and to be able to crack this from a slab that is documented as being graded back in September of 2002 is pretty awesome. So that's why this Curse of Dragon reaches number 10 for top 10 pickups of 2023. Alrighty, so we did number 10. We're now going to transition into item number 9. And then so number 9 will be this card right here. And it is a Cyber Dragon. This is also actually an eBay pickup. I believe I picked this up in August, I think late August. And at that time, I was really hunting and searching for unlimited Cybernetic Revolution Ultimate Rares. Zane is definitely my favorite character from GX. And this is like his boss card. I do still want to one day purchase First Ed, Yugioh, Cyber End. But until then, this definitely takes the cake for me. This is currently the only ulti in my collection and is my favorite from GX. I actually was able to purchase this Dark Crisis poster from Dark Mago on Instagram. I'll tag them in the description for this video. What's really cool about these old school posters is that they have like a holographic to the actual poster itself. It's really awesome. I love that it has Yugi like right in the middle. It also shows you the cover of the Dark Crisis pack. You have Exodia Netcross in the background, and then they have Terra King Archfiend. And then it just says, boost your deck with new Archfiend cards, legendary weapons, and the remaining members of the Dark Scorpion Gang. Only in Dark Crisis booster packs. You have your red banner Konami logo, as well as your Upper Deck Entertainment logo at the bottom. And yeah, I picked this, that good stuff. So 10, 9, and 8, we are now getting into card number 7. So card number 7, Guardian Eatos. This is made my top 10. I was looking for this card for a pretty long while because I was working on like an antagonist or villain page. This card, I refer to it infamously as the famous Yugi killer because Raphael used this card in his duel. I believe it was in season 4, and actually gave Yugi his first loss with Guardian Eatos. And this also made my top 10 because this is actually a card that I picked up when I attended my very first YCS. It was YCS Philly. All right, we get now into card number 6. We have Exodia the Forbidden One. This card it comes in the Ultimate Beginner's Pack, and that's the GX Ultimate Beginner's Pack Edition. I also really like Exodia the Forbidden One, and so I have a page that has about 4 different printings of Yugioh head specifically, not the complete set, but just the head. This one is kind of difficult to find. When you find it, they can be pretty pricey. I actually obtained this copy from Dylan, aka Misprint Shark on Instagram. And I actually cracked this from a slab as well. So previously it was PSA 8. So we have item number 5. I'm gonna slowly back away, right? So I was able to identify a seller. I asked them how they were able to obtain this item. And they said that they were connected to someone who was a distributor, and they had it. So I didn't purchase this directly from like a locals, but they did have it. It was the only one that they did have, and I was super happy to pick it up. It was like right, I believe, in the middle of when I was watching Yugioh 5D's. All right, and we're back, and now we have item number 4. So item number 4 is this PSA 9 Necroface from Gladiator's Assault. So typically I like to just collect cards that appeared in anime, or basically appeared in anime. This card didn't appear in the anime. However, I did learn that it appeared in the manga. And actually Peter, I'll put his Insta up on the screen or in the comments. Peter actually shared with me that it did appear in the manga as a card used by Bakura. And I was sold. So we'll start now with item number 3. Item number 3 is also a PSA slab, and it happens to be this Gate Guardian PSA 9. I apologize for the glare. I'm trying to make sure that you all can see it in terms of the foiling and just the card altogether. I have it in the top 3 because a friend in the community actually told me about this when it went up for auction. I got this on eBay, and it was an auction through Probstein. Ended up paying around, I believe it was like $450 for this. And that's specifically because, as you can see with this card, it is reverse secret. And specifically with the reverse secrets, they can be pulled from unlimited hobby boxes when we talk about hobby secret rares, and we'll talk a bit more about hobby and retail later on my channel, right? But when we think about hobby, just think 000 in terms of set code. When you think about retail in terms of set code, you'll think about cards that come towards the end of the set. And actually, this card, since they're so difficult to pull, they're hard to find clean as well. And so this card is actually a population 2 in the PSA report, with no other cards graded higher. I think as of today, the population for reverse Gate Guardians graded is about 8 or 9 cards altogether, and 2 are 9s with none higher. This is one of the 2. I just haven't sent this in to be relabeled. So before we get to the top 2, I do have an honorable mention. So one day after work, I think it was like April or May, I was headed home, went to my locals, traded in some stuff and added some money on top, because I wanted to try my hand at pulling some packs. And I typically like modern sets that have older cards in them. And so, to my surprise, as I was going through packs, although I was searching for this card, I was still surprised that I pulled it. So without further ado, honorable mention is Starlight Rare Yugioh. And So in terms of top two pickups, also purchased this from uh, a fellow collector on Instagram. So again, earlier I talked about hobby secret rares, right? So hobby secret rares and the set code. Again, it's the start of the pack. So 000, start of the set, I should say. When we talk about set codes in this card, it's a retail secret. It's the end of the set, MRD 143. And so with this card as well, not only do you see that it is a reverse secret, similar to the Gate Guardian, but this card is like much more easier to find in reverse secret. In addition, this card has what's referred to as a no name, no imprint misprint. So you can see, right, in terms of the stamping process, where they almost, where the stamp essentially struck the card, because you can still see the N for the end of Thousand Dragons, like the very top of where dragon would be. But in terms of the rest of the card, there's no more silvering, there's no imprint there. So this is a no name, no imprint, reverse Thousand Dragon. This is only one of its kind that I've seen. And so just a very awesome piece to add to the collection. Kind of like finalizes my MRD secrets. And so there you have it. That's number two, the story behind number two in terms of top 10 pickups. And now we transition into number one. Some of the cards that I've discussed, they were like on a goals list for quite a while. I think it's important to have a goals list when you're collecting, so that way you can stay on track and really not overspend or end up buying something and needing to sell it because you want to purchase something else. And so after the summertime, I really identified for myself that this was a card that I wanted to add to the collection. So without further ado, we have Stardust Dragon Ghost Rare from the Duelist Genesis. So this card I was able to pick up from a collector, also Duelist. He's on Instagram as well as YouTube. His name is Pack TCG. This was probably the biggest expense for 2023. The only one that could potentially compete with this is a card that's no longer in the collection. I did sell it to a very good collector. I had purchased First Ed Wavy LOB Dark Magician. This is the only Ghost Rare card that I have in my collection, similar to how Cyber Dragon is the only Ultimate Rare. This is currently the only Ghost Rare. I may one day add Black Rose Dragon, because Black Rose Dragon, the way it appeared in the anime, that episode, like literally when I was watching it, I got goosebumps because it was just kind of crazy, like the build up and seeing Akiza dueling and then summoning Black Rose Dragon. This card is very, very clean. Probably one of the cleanest raw cards that I have in the collection. And so pretty thankful for that. And this is number one, right? And so this is number one of my top 10 pickups of 2023. Hope you all enjoyed. Please let me know in the comments, right, of my top 10. Which are your favorite? What do you think about the order? Just based on the cards that you do like, where do you think that certain cards should have been slotted? And what are some things you'd like to see come from the channel? So, like, comment, subscribe, share your thoughts.